Welcome back to Everything Goes. Today I'm in the studio with my man John.
Yo, we back, baby.
Got my man E.
Yes, sir. Full house.
We got my man Will all the way to the right.
Yo.
And we're going to jump right into it with the first topic today.
Rams.
You know what?
How far can the Rams go after their upset win over the Buffalo
Over
Bills
the
last
Bills,
night?
yeah.
Who wants to start?
Do y'all think that this is an upset outside of the record? Like, were we all surprised or no?
Yes. I
No.
was.
So,
You said John, you said you wasn't?
I wasn't surprised.
Let's talk about it.
I think so. I only wasn't surprised because, granted, the Buffalo Bills have a great record, but outside of health, the Rams are. I think in big games they compete every single time. Like if they play a top dog team, they have what it takes and they perform. They have a veteran quarterback, good receivers, their defensive line is young but solid, a good running back, and they perform.
I agree to everything you just said, but I'll say when healthy.
Yeah, when healthy, yes, absolutely.
Offensively, they can compete with some of the top offenses in the game, and we seen that last night with Josh Allen. But no.
so I'm going to disagree with you, Will.
I thought it was an upset. You didn't think it was an upset?
No, I don't think it's an upset. So I'm going to start with the offense. Kind of what John was saying. Like that offense is elite when healthy. They got Kyron Williams in the backfield. They got the two wide receivers with Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. And then they got Duncan Robinson, who's also a solid third option.
I agree with all that.
Exactly, but
it's on the other side of the ball. I don't believe
exactly that's what I'm about to get to right now. So they just had a great draft class. They rookie draft class on the defensive end has been solid. It's a bunch of no-name players that we can't really talk about. Well, we can talk about it, but I don't really know the names off the top of my hand. But they've been putting in work out there, especially in the sack game.
No, I agree with what Dan is saying in regards to the firepower on the offense.
We all agree with the firepower on offense.
No, for sure. Like you said, I think that they can compete with anybody in terms of scoring the football. We see in Cincinnati right now that's not a recipe for success.
At all.
But the Rams have done enough in a lot of games this year to, when they have all of their manpower on the offensive end, to remain in games. Even when they had their 1 and 2 wide receivers out, Matt Stafford made DeMarcus Robinson look like a number one for a few weeks just because of his consistent QB play. So I feel like, are they Super Bowl contenders? No, but should anybody in NFC feel like I'm not worried about them? Nah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think teams in the NFC should definitely fear that offense.
Absolutely.
And this might take y'all as a surprise. I don't want to say it, but I think Eagles don't want to see them. And this necessarily not on the defensive end. Y'all ain't clicking right now offensively with y'all quarterback and wide receivers. It's not clicking.
We just need Saquon to click with the offensive line.
Y'all winning games, but that ain't. You got to put up points with Matt Stafford.
We do. We beat him
throwing
already.
that pill.
We beat him already.
The yard.
I was very concerned going into the game. I'm not gonna lie, and I do think that playoff football is slightly different. But I think that our approach will be the same, and that's lead through Saquon. I don't think that the Rams have enough on the defensive side to stop our approach to that. I don't think that that's the team that take us down in the playoffs.
I like the explanation, but the Rams can't see us, bro.
I'm not arguing it. I would prefer the Eagles to win, but I like the Rams. I love the Rams offense, and it took me by surprise because I didn't see this. Like, I love Puka Nacua. We all seen Kupp. You know what that was going to be. But I didn't know it was going to continue to be like
flourish
this.
And mesh like this.
Yeah, and look as good as it do.
From you talking about as taking a step from last year, you didn't think it was going to look as good.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what I will say, I want to go back to what you said, Will. So I thought about the Rams too being a threat to the Eagles. So outside of the Lions, I think they're next up in terms
the Lions
of.
got the firepower to match.
I mean, yeah, we knew that going into the year, yeah. But outside of the Lions, I would say the Rams is next in the list that could be a possible threat to the Eagles. But then again, like they said, I don't think they could stop Saquon. And even if Matt Stafford go out there and throw the pill around, they can do the same thing. Like we see, the Eagles are going to halftime with 7 or 10 points and then finish the game with 27, 28 points. It happened time and time again. So I don't think the Rams are too big of a threat.
I would expect the Eagles to win that game if they see each other in the playoffs, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams win. Like how y'all wasn't surprised the Rams just beating Buffalo.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I was extremely shocked. I'm not even gonna lie, I was shocked. I knew Matthew Stafford was playing good ball leading up to that game, but I didn't see it going the way it went.
I don't think there's nobody in the NFC that can lose to Matt Stafford in the playoffs and be surprised unless they get mollywopped. I think the only way that can be the conclusion is if you lose by 3 touchdowns or more. But Matt Stafford is a proven passer of the football, and he's won when his squad was talented, and we see what he's continuing to do week in and week out, year in and year out. He's 35 plus as well, but you can't tell. So I don't think that nobody can lose to that man in the playoffs and it'd be like, damn, bro, we lost to the Rams. Nah, and I think that the difference between us and the Lions is that we have not only the names but the scheme on defense to go deep into the playoffs. You know, offense win games, defense win championships. When you get into the playoffs, you got to have those guys, those big name, big play guys to make crucial plays and crucial moments. And even if we, giving up 35 points, you got that Jalen Carter in the fourth quarter to go make that sack. Or those big play safeties or big play corners that, are going to shut down your receiver for this one possession. I don't think that the Lions got that on defense, but we do.
No, because of all the things you just said, that's why I would expect the Eagles to win that matchup when they see each other again. But I wouldn't be surprised if they go the other way.
So going back to the Rams, so I do want to state this. I don't know if you guys agree with it or not, so I'm gonna put it out there. I think after the Eagles and the Lions, I think the Rams will be third, in my opinion, as dangerous or got the best chances to come out the NFC. I just don't have that much faith in Green Bay and Minnesota and whoever else.
You like the Rams over the Vikings?
Yes, I think the Rams could beat the Vikings. I mean, I just had them, Thursday night not too long ago, but going to see them in the playoffs again, I think they could do the same exact thing, especially with Sean McVay going out there coaching, definitely.
I agree. I think the Rams is 3.
I do because of quarterback play.
So we're going to change gears. We're going to move on to the NBA, going to the West with the Nuggets and Jokic. Do you guys think Jokic can keep up this usage, and do you think it's contributing to winning, or do you think it can contribute to winning?
I say he can keep it up because this is, although I think he's putting up. I'm gonna say he's put up historic numbers, but every single year he put up historic numbers, damn near. So I think he can easily keep up this level of play because it's not out of the realm of what he's done before.
And it looks like he's working hard to get it.
He's not
do everything he's doing
at all.
Like
he never does.
Everything just coming easy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think the play will keep him as well.
Yes, I agree. Like 32, 13 and a half, and 10. He's done that before. He's averaged a triple double before. I do think the difference now is not. I don't think it's translating as much to winning as it has before because we see exactly because of the team. Like I don't think the team construction is, and they've been hurt a little bit too. We can attest to that. Their team construction isn't as well built as it has been before to support Jokic putting up 35, 16, and 10 on a night-to-night basis, or where he just did 56, 16, and 10 against the Wizards. That he lost. Yes. Mm-hmm. So he can't put up those type of numbers and win as consistently as before. But I do believe he'll be able to sustain it the entirety of the season, and being able to win with that formula is TBD. But I think they'll be able to do
win
it.
What though? What are we saying when we say win?
I think if they get more
and get into the play-in, make the playoffs potentially.
No.
Win and go
so I'm saying win like regular season, make the playoffs, and possibly go to the
compete.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they compete.
It's kind of hard for me to judge if they're going to be able to compete or not because I don't see it the same way that Will and John say. I knew that y'all was going to bring up the team that's surrounding him, but what I can say, this same exact team was surrounding him when they was 9-4. And now, since losing to the Knicks, they're 3-6. Why? Because they're not guarding nobody. They gave up 146 to the Knicks, 122 to the Wizards. They gave up another 120 to, I want to say it was the Hawks and to somebody else. They're not playing defense. That's why they're losing games. They got solid pieces that's contributing. They still got Aaron Gordon who's going out there giving them 20. He don't average 20. He averages around 14, but he can give them 20. Even any given night, still got Jamal Murray. You still got Michael Porter Jr. over there. Christian Braun, he stepped his level of play up. People don't really mention him, but he's averaging 14 points. A lot of people don't know that he's averaging 14 off the bench. And then you got Russ. So I mean, he still got pieces. You laughing, but Russ been playing good over there.
No, I'm respecting Russ. No, I'm respecting Russ. That's just the bit. I think I seen a stat. They said as Russ starting, they undefeated or something like that.
4-1.
Yeah, so
he hooping.
So it was the same exact roster when they got out to that fast pace, and now they're not winning games because they're not guarding nobody. That's the issue.
I agree, but I also think that 9-4 start wasn't indicative of them dominating teams. They just were winning games. They were still going out there. I was about to say they were still going out there playing their brand of basketball and playing solid. But there were games where Jokic, I think we talked about Jokic having to put up 40-point triple double to beat the Wizards or the Hawks or somebody like that.
Yeah.
At the beginning, or maybe it was the Pistons, but it was another team that was like, you shouldn't have to work this hard. So do I think that his numbers are sustainable in terms of stuff in the stat sheet for an entire season? Absolutely. Because one, he's gonna have to. And two, he's gonna have to. And then outside of that, we know that he has this ability when he's not trying. But I think the difference between this team and teams before was years prior to he could take a night off and decide that I'm going to be point center tonight. I'm going to run, control. Yeah, exactly. But I'm not gonna lie. Somebody got to hold Jamal accountable as well. He on his Ezekiel Elliott type tip. Like he's been consistently, gradually declining in his performance year after year after year, and it's like. It went from I was about to say it went from it went from a certain amount of games in the playoffs to are we gonna wait till the playoffs and he gonna perform to last year what did he do in the playoffs. Now we don't see it in the regular season either. What are you here for? Like if Jokic has to score 40 on a nightly basis and you're on the court, what are you here for? But it's also important to note that in their last 10 games, I know Aaron Gordon has also missed a few games, and you're talking about what they do on defense, and he's a big part of that.
Part of the defense.
So I agree with everything that John said. Where we split at is when you said they was contending. I don't see contending right now with their current constructed roster. Now when trade season is approved, that's the happens a couple days when people be eligible for trades and all that. When trade season roll around and people start making moves and all that stuff, then we can revisit this conversation a little bit later on to see if they're contending or not. But as far as Joker's level of play, why can't he?
So let me.
Who's stopping it?
So let me ask you this as well. So yeah, I do think we're all in agreement that he's going to keep up this level of play. Like John said, some nights he just make it look easy. It don't look like he's trying, honestly. But what I want to ask you, you said the Nuggets should make a trade. Who should they trade for, or what position should they go after?
That's not for me to call. That's not for me to call.
I hear you saying.
You just team they got together now. I don't see that as a contending team because this team is. Can we not all agree that this team is worse than the team they had put together last year? Absolutely. Even though it's the same but different at the same time. Is it not worse than was there last year? Is it not worse than the year before?
When they won a chip?
Yeah.
Exactly. To answer that question, they need a scoring guard. I don't know what they want to do about just because Jamal falling off. I don't know if he'll pick up a level of play or what did he need to do to get him right. And particularly, although Christian Braun is averaging 14, I think they need more premier scoring to complement because it's not coming right now.
Can we address the defense?
Because Christian Braun, he do play defense.
Yeah, he do play.
He plays defense.
They are giving up a lot of points.
They have individuals who compete on defense, but as
they don't play
team,
defense.
Exactly. And before they didn't have you could hide Jamal Murray, and we went from saying Jokic is getting cooked to talking about his defensive efficiency because of the system that they were playing. But now some of their players are more isolated in terms of the system, so it doesn't work. And they don't have the right personnel to be a team defensive.
Yeah, because now they got people that can defend, but
back then they had too, but that's one guy.
Exactly. Back then they had dogs on defense. Like KCP is a dog on defense. They had Bruce Brown, who was a dog on defense as well. Yeah, they don't have that right now. But so I don't know. I don't see the Nuggets getting any better, even if they do make a trade. Because are we saying we're upgrading Jamal Murray, or is he staying on the roster?
No, he'd be staying on the roster in my opinion, just adding somebody.
But if he stays on the roster,
you're gonna add who?
If he stays on the roster, you get a scoring guard. Who do you give up, and how does that make the team better?
Because that means you got to give up.
Because if they're just as good as Jamal Murray, then that means they have to be on the court too. So that means Jamal, whoever you get. I don't know if Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon are still in the trade.
That's why I preface about whether Jamal can get right or not. Because if it's you can replace somebody that's not performing. If you're not performing, you just gotta get on, move around. Unless you start performing, unless you start performing, that's a different story. But if you're not performing, then bro, watch out.
So we upgrading Jamal?
Yeah, if he don't come around, we know, like you said, the bubble, he's going 50 for 50 with Donovan Mitchell.
Going
And then
crazy.
since then,
Going crazy.
it's just been a downhill slope, but he
Yeah.
clearly has it in him to do it.
I mean, people ain't giving
Hands
as
or
much
hands?
recognition because it was
No.
against the Lakers, but he did hit them 2 or was it 2, maybe 3 game
Game
winners
winners,
last playoffs, and those were big time shots.
He did, but overall in the playoffs, he was in the shooting
His
slump.
numbers wasn't
And,
the same.
you know,
Yeah.
he came back alive when he saw the Lakers. Like, all right, this my time.
Like everybody do.
Yeah, exactly. He did what he did. And then he went back to being mid. So,
For sure.
but I think in terms of you ask who should they trade for, I don't know if they had the money to make this move, but I think that Trey would be a great upgrade for
Trey.
Jamal. I think
They would
that.
have to give up Jamal. For
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, just swap him.
Hell yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm
doing that
Here you
7
go.
days a week.
Yeah,
Obviously, it's not gonna be a straight swap because the Nuggets gonna have to give
Trey
up more.
He's
Yeah.
value more for sure.
Yeah,
He's
Yeah.
valued at a higher price
Yeah.
range, so you have to give up
Especially
Jamal
now.
plus. Yes,
Especially
Jamal plus. But if it's Jamal plus, maybe 9 or 10 on the bench and some picks or a pick or two, I'm cool with that.
Who they got
Give
the
me
ball?
Trey.
What? Payne Watson, the
Yeah,
young
yeah,
wing
one-
over
yeah,
there.
exactly. Find one of
The
them.
young
We still got the little Zanji or whatever his
Yeah,
last
yeah,
name is,
Exactly.
something
Still
like that.
down there with the
Yeah.
young tickets in Atlanta. Give me Trey, I'll take that. But I also think that if you want to stay loyal to your guy and you want, to keep
'Cause,
Jamal
yeah,
and
they-
because that's their,
That's their guy.
if you want that to stay together, then you go get a wing.
I think before you make that move, they got to talk that over with Joker though, because like you said, that's his guy.
No, for sure, he gonna be a part of it. That's what I said. If you're gonna keep Jamal there, then you gotta go get a wing. But you gotta get a wing that plays. I would say a mashup between Aaron Gordon and MPJ, because
I would
MPJ
say-
is a scorer, but he's
I would
playing
say,
outside in.
Mikael Bridges type, somebody that's
Yeah, exactly. Somebody that can put the ball on the floor and go get their own bucket, but can also get off the ball and play complementary to Russ. And
I was
you know,
thinking it's somebody like Zach.
that's cool too.
Zach
I
LaVine.
think that would be a more greater.
That's still a thing, though. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Zach stay hurt. They don't
He been
need
kinda-
that. Jamal
yeah, but he been
hurt.
healthy more
Jamal
recently.
been hurt. Zach been hurt.
yeah.
Then it's gonna be just Joker and Russ. Ew.
No, I gotta put some respect on Aaron Gordon
Oh,
and
okay.
MPJ. Come on.
And Mr. The possession stopped with me, MPJ.
Let me on
Swing the pill. He not seeing it that nobody's going to the rim.
No, but he do. Our Nuggets aside, MPJ just on record, he deserves some acknowledgement, some respect, because he broke his back in college, and we thought that he wasn't going to really come in the league and play. Like he was supposed to be a Jabari Parker kind of thing, where he was going to be hurt for 3-4 years, and we didn't know if he was going to be healthy. And he got his life together, and he got a championship now.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I do want to say, I think, I can't remember if I said it in the group chat, but watching that draft, before the draft happened, before he got hurt, he was a top 3 pick?
He was
Basically
number
Gatorade
one.
Player of the
Yeah,
Year.
about to be
He was
number
supposed to
one.
be number 1 pick.
Yeah, and then what he slipped to 14, 15?
Yeah.
So, something that he shouldn't have been, but it was that's because of the injury.
Yeah, it is what it is. But
it is.
if
And I wonder if his game would have been different if he didn't hurt his back.
Didn't hurt his
He
back,
still,
yeah.
Wouldn't play outside. Like
would he have a better handle? Would he be more on the
Aggressive,
ground?
exactly.
Yeah, I think the same. I think the same thing.
No, because it all depends on where he
Yeah,
goes.
he would have went to a different team as well. He might not have champion.
He might not have had the success.
Right.
No, not at all.
With,
Right.
I mean,
Mm-hmm. So yeah, moving on to the last topic of the day, we're gonna jump back over to the NFL. So if the playoffs started today, it's a couple of teams I want to talk about. Starting with the AFC, I need you guys to tell me if these teams are contenders or pretenders. So we're gonna start with the Chargers, starting with John.
The Chargers. So I say, un momento. Chargers, they can be. It hurt to say
Ain't
it.
no Kim D.
Yeah, you're right. They pretenders,
Pick a
bro.
side. Let's
They
ball.
pretenders. So I'm gonna base all my answers off of the
Which-
2 or 3 teams that we know are contenders. So
Gotcha.
in the AFC, you know the Chiefs are contenders, the Bills are contenders,
And the Ravens.
and the Ravens are contenders.
For sure.
Mhm.
I don't. They can't beat the Chiefs. Simple as that. I really don't think that he can beat Josh. They can't beat none of them 3. So you can't really be a contender. So they gotta be pretenders. Although they are having a hell of a season.
Got you.
I'll explain later. I'll say contenders though.
Got you. Well,
I agree with Ian. I say contenders.
you say
That's-
contenders.
Yeah, I say contenders.
Got you. So, well, me, I'm with John. I got the Chargers as pretenders. So moving on to the next team in the AFC, staying in their division, the Broncos.
No,
Pretenders.
no.
What'd you say?
Pretenders.
Oh, I thought he said
Pretty-
contenders.
No.
No.
Contenders. But Bo Nix out the hill?
Hell no. Pretenders,
That was
man.
all quick with that. So everybody got pretenders.
Pretenders. I love the defense though. I think
No. Jerry Judy got 200 yards on their defense last week. No.
You right.
No.
You right.
You wanna know why? Cause Jerry Judy had that guy throwing to him, Mr. 30
No.
for 30.
You wanna know why?
You mean?
Denver secondary was hurt.
Like,
Denver secondary was hurt.
Did Pat play that game?
No.
I think Pat played against the Raiders though, and Jacoby got off.
All right.
And Brock Bowers was Gronkowski that day. Next. Got critical. So yeah, moving on to the Steelers. Are they pretenders?
Pretenders was, man. Give us on my face.
Okay.
Contenders. I'll say contenders.
I'm gonna say contenders as well.
Because I think the Steelers can beat Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
By the logic I said, that makes sense.
Yeah, contenders.
Yeah.
Contenders.
I still think they're pretenders. I don't care.
Okay.
And moving on to the last team on the AFC, the Texans. Do you guys think they are contenders?
Why do you even say them pretenders?
Pretenders.
I mean, they lead in their division.
They ready to lose their division to my Colts.
Oh,
bro.
why you?
Shut up! What? What are you talking about right now?
Bro, look, we
AR
throwing
a game and a half.
Talking about Indianapolis.
AR had a good game and a half. You talking about they
He
ready
had
to
a
lose the
good, he had a
division?
good 3 games, you mean?
Nah.
2 game winners. I mean, I give it to you.
Running people over, you mean? Yeah.
He was out there on his Brandon
Showing
Jacobs
out.
tip though.
Yeah.
What are you about to do this week? Get
So-
hurt?
Lose.
As
So-
long as he play running back, we gonna win. What you mean?
So, what you got? Pretenders, Ian and John. What y'all got?
Pretenders.
Pretenders, John. What you got? These was the Super Bowl. Sorry, I apologize.
He said that's when Stephon was in the lineup. Chill.
Yo, they pretenders now, man. They can't be pretenders, dog.
Yeah, I love it.
Got you.
Yeah.
So I got the
I'll be
Texans.
honest.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying I'll be
Okay.
honest about it.
Yeah, I got the Texans as pretenders as well. Yeah. So we gonna explain it, but we just gonna move along to the NFC. Starting with Green Bay. Do you guys think they are pretenders or contenders?
Pretenders,
bro.
Pretenders.
They can't. They're not even over the 2 teams in their division. Come on now, they can't be
Not
contenders.
Yeah.
And I think they I love their team, but I think they are just a little bit too young. I think it's a little bit
Gotcha.
for their
I
time.
agree.
They're just playing good football.
I agree.
Yeah, I got them as pretenders as well. So yeah. Moving along to the Vikings, the other team in their division. Are they pretenders or contenders?
I think the Vikings are contenders.
Same, I agree. They contenders to me, and they number 3 to me over the Rams. Y'all disagree, but I got them at number 3.
Gotcha.
It's tough. I'm going back and forth with this. I'm gonna go ahead and say no, bro. Because I don't believe in saying.
Sammy
I
D.
know.
Yeah, I know. Y'all know how I felt about him to start the year. He was playing great football, and then out of nowhere he goes
He fell off
subpar
the cliff,
to good, back
Right.
to subpar. Like
I think he went from
Yeah.
exceptional to average, though.
yeah,
I
Sunday
wouldn't
he
say
had a good game.
subpar.
Sunday-
No.
No. I'm talking about the course of the year.
Against the Jags, that was a terrible.
Terrible.
He threw 3 picks, barely
everybody have a
beat
terrible
Mac
game.
Jones that was starting after what, a year and a half of not starting, and Mac Jones almost cooked you.
Yeah,
It happens, bro.
actually.
He not no generational quarterback.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I think, like I say, he went from exceptional to average. And a quarterback like Sam Darnold, you have that 1 or 2 every year where you
And that's why I'm
throwing
gonna say
2, 3
contenders,
questionable
'cause
drives.
I don't think you can contend with an average
Quarterback in this NFL,
Yeah.
so that's why I also agree with what I got Vikings as pretenders.
I can
I
respect
don't
that.
agree with that though. Well, we
You said you
talking-
can't
talking about
agree?
This year,
Uh-huh.
they throwing the ball less than they have in the last I don't know how many years. If you look at the trajectory of what the NFL is doing right now, a lot of teams are more run heavy now. Is that the Vikings approach to football? Not necessarily, but I don't think that in this NFL you have to have an elite quarterback
Okay.
To be a
contend.
contender.
So-
Look at the 49ers.
Got you. So no. So I didn't say
Oh,
they needed.
John, any
Yeah.
comment to that? Because you're talking about your man.
Hold on.
Even before Brock, when
Hold on,
Jimmy was there.
No. We talking about Brock.
Hold on.
Y'all know what's up with
Yeah,
Brock.
we not gonna jump on the 49ers. Not right now. I just want to answer Ian's question. So, I don't think you need an elite quarterback, but you need because John said he went from
Exceptional
good
to
to average. You need a quarterback that's better than average to win in this league.
Was Jimmy G better than average when he went to the Super Bowl?
He didn't win.
He
When
went to the Super Bowl. That's
He went to the Super Bowl, right?
But that's contending to make it to the Super Bowl.
Listen to me. He went to the Super Bowl, right?
Right.
But what people don't talk about, what I'm gonna talk about, they beat Green Bay. They beat Green Bay, and he threw how many passes? His running back had
11.
how many yards and how many
13.
touchdowns?
That's my point exactly. You can still get to the Super Bowl with that recipe, so that means you're a contender.
That was because they beat Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers. That game,
Right.
that was a rainy game.
Right.
And so the weather played a part in that game. Then also the fact that we know how Aaron Rodgers performed in the playoff. Not saying that he choked, but we're not going to sit here and act like that just can happen any and every year.
Okay.
And they went to the playoffs, and when they needed him to be better than average and make them
They
throws, they lost because he
Right.
couldn't make them throws.
Right, so that would be my argument as to why the Vikings are number 4 on our list of top teams in the NFC. But
I don't have a problem with them being number 4, but
I think that our 4 can compete with 1. If you look at,
they can't compete with the Lions or the Eagles. I don't.
So then, by that same logic, though, then is Jared Goff now slightly better than average?
Yeah, that's what you need.
Jared Goff
he was,
but
he
you-
wasn't slightly better than average when he went to the Super Bowl though.
Jared Goff is having a really
The
good
first
year.
time.
The first
When he
time.
went to the Super Bowl with the Rams.
I'm talking
he
about-
was-
I'm talking about right now.
Yeah,
Hold
but
on.
that's
You can't say that
Jared
though,
Goff is
E,
having a really
because
good year, bro.
So was Sam Darnold.
He's having a
But we all agree that the
Goff's having
line.
a better year than Sam Darnold, bro.
Who?
Jared Goff,
is
yeah,
having
we
a
know
better
that.
year
Yeah,
than
absolutely.
Darnold.
But we all agree the Lions are contenders.
yeah, we know
Right.
that.
Sure,
But
for sure.
to get back to Ian's original point, when the first year when the Rams went to the Super Bowl, Jared Goff was having a Matt Ryan type of year. He went to New Orleans and had a shootout with Drew Brees. Then KC came to his building and he had a shootout with Mahomes, and he won both of them games, throwing 5 and 6 touchdown passes. So he was playing above average that year too.
So is Sam right now.
You just said he went back down.
No,
Right, but
because
you
Will was talking about the course of the year.
multiple
Okay,
games
so
of the- yeah, exactly.
okay, so you saying you see
Just
Sam
based off the
Darnold?
last
Like,
take.
like Sam Darnold had 5 touchdowns last
Got you.
night.
Yeah,
Got you.
based
So,
off the last
If
take,
you
he
do
put
that
up
in one,
really good.
yeah, if you do that
Okay.
in one game in the playoffs, you win a game. Now you could also have a 3 interception game and you're gonna go home. But Sam Darnold got the capability he's shown us as of right now, not in the playoffs, but he's
All right, got you.
the
So-
capability to throw
Okay,
3
so
4 touchdowns.
this is basically my logic for saying that they're not contenders. So I get what you're saying about Sam Darnold. He's been playing good football, but do you think him going into we get he's kind of a veteran now, but he's never played in the playoff game. So you get to Minnesota, this your first playoff game.
Anybody he see here underdog for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
For sure, yeah,
So do you trust
But
him
we
to
were-
go out there and perform? I don't trust that. That's why I can't say that they're
Do you
contenders.
trust him right now to go out there and beat Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions?
Do
No.
I trust? Would I bet on that? No.
No,
Would I be
but
surprised? No.
And 9 times out of 10, he has to go to Detroit.
I would be super
gotta come to
surprised
Philly.
if he beat the
No.
Lions or the Eagles.
But is it?
I would.
But it's out the realm of possibility. Like, you even just talking about. Think about us. I'm not gonna say that they can beat us. But if they came to the link and they had to play us,
I would be surprised.
You would be surprised.
Shocked. I would be shocked if they beat y'all.
If
Yes.
Sam Darnold beat y'all, I would be
I
surprised.
would be
yes.
shocked. Yes.
okay.
So with that logic, I gotta have them as pretenders. So yeah. So moving along to the next team on the NFC, the Bucks. Do you guys think the Bucks are contenders or
Yeah.
pretenders?
I have a question.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Mhm.
So if you swap, let's say Jared Goff was on the Vikings right now, would they be contenders to you?
You said if you put Jared Goff in the Vikings, would they be contenders?
In your opinion?
I would say yes. And listen, hear me out. Because I trust Jared Goff more than I trust Sam Darnold.
Hell
Jared
yeah.
Goff performance
Hell
this
yeah. I
year
agree.
has been like this. Look, hear me out, Jared. Look, Jared Goff all year been like this. If not slowly rising.
And Jared Goff only
staying
had
pace.
one game all
Yeah.
year.
I don't
That
think
was bad.
I'm not
Game
gonna
that
lie.
was bad. That
All
5
year.
interception game
All
against
year.
the Texans.
I do think that the Vikings are contenders, but I don't. I feel like you're right now insinuating that Jared Goff and Sam Darnold are on the same level.
They're not on the same
They're
level.
not.
At
I
all.
don't think that's fair. I don't
So-
think they're the same conversation.
So if you
How about Brock?
if you swap no, they're not contenders.
They in the same
Say no.
game.
Say no. They're in the same boat. Yeah,
Same boat
I think they're
with
contenders now. So yes.
They're in the same boat with Brock, and I'm gonna say no.
Solid.
But
I like
to
Brock.
answer John's first question, if you swap them with Jared, I'm gonna say I don't know, only because we have not seen Jared. Not to discredit Aaron Jones, but are we still gonna consider Aaron Jones a dominant running back?
Jared,
In the Lions are no longer contenders, and Sam Darnold are there too.
If you put Sam Darnold on the Lions, would they still? Just maybe because he got them 2 running backs behind him.
I'm about to say I don't think
he
so.
will.
I don't
He
think
will, but
I don't
they
think
probably
he'll make up
won't
for it
be.
in the passing game.
So
I think where the running game like you make up at passing though. Because the Vikings receivers are just so.
That's why it would
So
be
look,
maybe.
right,
I don't think Sam Darnold can do what Jared Goff does in that offense, passing the ball.
No.
And
that's what I think.
that contradicts what I said because I wasn't giving Jared Goff that much credit last week when we was talking about quarterback MVP conversation, but I don't think that's him.
Hold on, we ain't gonna get caught up on Jared Goff. Though. He ain't work that much.
Real rat though.
It's
He ain't work too much out.
Next.
So yeah, back to the Bucks. Yeah, the Bucks. So you got
Pretenders.
this. Pretenders.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about
Pretenders.
Pretenders.
Yeah,
Pretenders.
next.
Okay. So damn.
Shout out
Pretenders do the lack of weapons. I'm gonna say
Shout out Shake the
pretenders.
Big, yeah,
I'm
'cause
saying
they got
pretenders
hurt.
do the lack of weapons.
Yeah, because people is hurt,
But
but
shaking big balling.
he earned my respect. He's earned my respect.
He earned mine.
Baker is a solid quarterback in the
He sheds
NFL.
his.
He's a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, he earned that.
Yeah.
Shout out Skip.
Yeah.
What?
This Charles Skip was crazy. I might edit that out.
At Undisputed, tag us,
You
post
ain't-
us, repost you, man.
Let me chill. Moving on to the Seahawks. Do you guys think they're alright?
Come on, bro.
I mean,
Bro,
I'm not writing back.
Bro, they paid. They paid.
Gino back is crazy.
I'm not writing back.
They paid Geno Smith last year. Okay, they gonna pretend as long as they.
When they paid him like $140 or something like that.
Yeah, something crazy. What is it? 2-3 year deal?
He got paid with Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
Oh my
right.
God.
The mid-level joint.
Oh my God.
They was
Yeah,
paying
no.
all the mids that
You see
year.
how that-
Johnson that they grew chat to all the mids getting paid. It was crazy.
And you see how that worked out for Daniel Jones?
And I don't like it because it hurt. Because I like the
down.
who Daniel what?
Big Gino playoff bell.
Shut up, bro.
You ain't leading
I don't-
the division.
No, Danny
Jones.
behind Sammy D. You forgot he got traded. He got traded to the.
traded. He got released.
They released him.
At least they picked him up.
He got released.
Yo,
But it make me mad because I like the Seahawks. They defense be drawn,
And I like
but I
it.
love their corners.
Yeah.
Tyreek
Tyreek
Woolen,
Woolen.
and then Devon Witherspoon,
Yes.
and then the third
Yes.
boy I can't think of his name. They be
Nice.
balling,
Corner. They
Yeah.
so nice.
but every other week they go out there and give up 300 passing yards to the quarterback. And oh my
That's the
god!
line. It's no pressure. They out there just running
True.
scramble drills and getting cooked.
But still, they be frying me because I love their corners.
Gotcha. So moving on to the last team on the NFC, the Washington Commanders. So you got
I think they fizzled out. They fizzled out. I think that the only way they would have been contenders is if they went into the playoffs winning our division. Once they gave us this team and we
And then even then,
It's a wrap.
even if they won your division,
I still think they'd
as
be
long as
pretenders,
y'all
though.
got in,
no
they
hell,
wasn't
hell yeah, but I feel like if they won our division, that means that they were playing good football long enough to go into the playoffs and keep us out of the 1 seed. But right now, what they 8-5 and they started 7-1 or something like that.
7-2, yeah.
Nah, they not.
Yeah.
It's salty because that's going to undermine what Jaden is still doing as a rookie quarterback. There's nothing that he can do right now. There's nothing he can do to negate that he's having a great year. But the fact that they were talking about them possibly being Super Bowl contenders after 6 weeks, and now it's like, will they make the playoffs?
What happens?
That's unfortunate.
So we're not gonna wrap it up. So we're gonna jump back over to the AFC. I want to hear this from John. So we all had the Steelers as contenders. You was the only one that had pretenders. I want to know why. Locato.
So I mean, I say they are pretenders. Cause granted, I just don't believe. Like I'm gonna be honest. I don't have no. Cause by my logic, he can beat Lamar. I think you said it, Will. And by my logic, they would be contenders.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. Although I just don't believe. I ain't gonna lie. Like I don't think. Although Russ has proven it before, like he has obviously won a Super Bowl.
Against
He's
Joe
made
Burrow,
runs.
he threw for 4-14.
Yeah, it was something crazy.
Teddies.
I don't know. I'm not a fan.
I think that the Steelers and the Chargers are built the same. Like to the core, I think that it's
Steelers
an elite coach, a solid quarterback play right now. The quarterback is not turning the ball over. They got a solid run game, one that they can trust with multiple guys in the backfield. I think J.K. is a little bit better than Najee, but solid. They don't have. The difference is the Steelers got a better number one receiver.
I think that, and then also because the Steelers, they just a little older on offense.
Yeah,
like they've been there, done that. They ready to.
They more seasoned,
Yeah.
and they also got elite defense.
Yeah.
The Chargers, I think, is still the number one scoring defense in the league. And the Steelers got T.J. Watt, so I don't care about whoever else out on the field. But they still got playmakers outside of T.J. But you said that the Chargers can't beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs won by 2 points yesterday on the knocking off the goal line, the goal post to win the game. And Herbert missed a throw that's not really. I mean, he does do it from time to time, but he missed a throw that would have been a touchdown. I think the drive before the last, and again, they almost won that game. I don't think that the Chiefs
So
are a team that
you think they can go to Arrowhead and win a playoff game?
Absolutely.
Oh, so hold on. So we gonna say that for the end because we definitely gonna talk about the Chiefs and we definitely gonna talk about the Eagles and I'm on John's side with this Chief and Chargers thing. Yeah, so yeah, hold on. We gonna
y'all know I love Herbo, but
yeah, we gonna talk about it. But
I'm not. That's fine. I'll stand on that. But I don't think that because truth be told, I don't think that any of the Chiefs' wins this year are impressive. They find ways to win games, and I think that at the beginning of the year when it was 4-0, 5-0, stuff like that, it was like, all right, they get it rolling. Yeah, exactly. Huh?
You got their luck gonna run out?
I think
it's
that.
not luck.
I don't think that is luck, but I don't think that it's a. I don't think that right now is a recipe for success. I think they playing football the same way that we were last year.
So I
And
get.
their
I know,
defense is a little
I
bit
get
better.
what you mean. Like the Chiefs don't have a signature win on the season.
Like exactly, and then what?
Like,
My point
Josh
beyond
has a
that.
signature win. Lamar has a signature
Exactly.
Not Lamar week 1. That don't count. Or that
Week 1,
win. That's
no,
week 1.
You said on the year.
no. No, and then again, my point being is that year in and year out we say, okay, Mahomes has lost this, but it's still Mahomes, right? Mahomes lost Reed, Mahomes lost the defense. Now Mahomes has no number one receiver. He still went to the Super Bowl, but each year Mahomes is playing stellar football. He's not playing stellar football this year.
all right, so we gonna jump right into the hold up. What I will say to defend John, because I'm with that the Chiefs are definitely doing their thing. Where everybody is failing to realize is who has been at the Chiefs LT position. That is the most important position on the offensive line. And we've been protecting
They've
him.
been swapping left tackles.
Exactly.
So
He
when
is
he comes
under
back-
the most pressure
That's fine.
in the NFL.
That's the reality.
Exactly. That's number one. Number
Is he
two,
coming back actually? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't even know if he comes
so
back.
if they got us protected for the rest of the year, it's
So,
not gonna work.
that's not-
We've seen him get cooked in the Super Bowl because of it.
That's not just number one though. Number two, you gotta look at the wide receivers. He's been losing wide receivers left and right. That's why they brought a D-Hop in and a Juju back because they
Right.
didn't have nobody else in the wide receiver room because they've been losing people. And then still they're 12-1 with the win over the Chargers last night.
That's why we say he just finding ways to win. He's not playing.
No.
football.
I'm disagreeing with that. That Chargers game last night, KC, me watching that game, I had KC money line. I never felt worried that the Chargers was going to win that game. The Chiefs was up 13-0 going into the halftime. Patrick Mahomes played stellar in the first half. He played a great first half. You start the second half, Chargers start with the ball, they go down, they punch it in, all right, cool. The Chiefs come out, they have a 3-and-out. It wasn't like Patrick Mahomes just went out there and was on BS. It was just a regular 3-and-out. Okay, cool. The Chargers get down the field on penalties and then score again. Now it's 14-13. It looked like they was doing something. The whole time the Chiefs just had the game in hand. What Mahomes do? Take his team down there, get the field goal. How did he get the field goal? By running for it on that second down, picking up that first down. By making good throws down the field to Travis Kelce. So I'm not going to say
You're
that.
not negating that Mahomes is not Mahomes.
That you giving?
No. I'm not saying that's a signature win. Y'all saying he's just out there finding ways to win. No, he's playing football the way it's happening in real time.
Okay, so
Exactly
Mahomes
what
is
you
still
just said.
big
Hold on.
players are still gonna make big plays.
To your point, that last drive of how Patty got down there to kick the field goal. Bro, they wasn't designed quarterback runs. Like you said, he was scrambling.
He was scrambling, exactly.
Finding a way to win.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, let me ask you this. Because I know we all saw the game. Did we not see D-Hop had the ball up in the air, caught the ball, falling down to the 1 yard line. The safety came and knocked him. D-Hop dropped the ball. That was a beautiful placed ball. If D-Hop catch that ball, KC punch it in, game is over.
But then even is that not the plays that matter, especially when you get into January though?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
it
absolutely.
matters.
So then
that's why I'm saying, look, finding ways to win. You can't argue with finding ways to win.
So why are we discrediting them for
Because we
doing
did the
that?
same thing to the Eagles last year. We were finding ways to win until we stopped, and then we got to the playoffs and fizzled out.
So no,
That's what I see. What's
no,
gonna happen
the
with
thing,
this.
the
I see
thing.
teams fizzling out.
We fizzled out before the playoffs, though.
I'm gonna say it's a little different. I'm the only reason why I'm saying it's a
And
little
Mahomes,
different.
Mahomes is not Jalen.
No.
1,000%.
No,
He's
no.
not Jalen. I'm not saying that
Mahomes
Mahomes is
gonna be
shit.
Mahomes.
Mahomes is still the greatest quarterback that I've watched play football. It don't matter that he's not playing to his level or whatever, but he's not playing to his level of standard.
Gotcha.
And I think that he's beatable.
Only
because of
reason
it.
why I think it's different is because I'm gonna blame the Chiefs' struggles this year on injuries. and
They had
injuries.
everybody
That's what their struggle is based on.
Hollywood
Y'all struggle.
out.
The Eagles' struggles last year was on coaching.
And our
Then
defense
y'all-
sucked the
y'all
whole
got
year. We was just
a
winning.
New defensive coordinator, new offensive coordinator. Then y'all send somebody up and bring him back down. Was that yeah? And then y'all demote somebody, bring somebody else in midway through. That was coaching. That wasn't because of injuries.
Right. Now, if we have timetables in front of us that say, all right, they missing a left tackle, a right guard, they number one receiver, and 3 players on defense, and they going to all be back come playoff times, and I say, all right, I'm not worried because this team is injured. The same way we talk about the Sixers right now. Like, there's reason to be concerned, but wait until we see the product on the field. But I don't have timetables in front of me for the guys that you're saying are missing or the injuries that are to blame. I don't know that those guys are coming back on the field. So right now, all I can judge is the product on the field, and they haven't done anything impressive. Like, as an Eagles fan right now, I'm not scared. Outside of the fact that Mahomes is breathing, I'm not scared to see the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
At all.
I felt like that last year. I still didn't want to see the Chiefs in the Super Bowl last year. I don't feel like that right now. So I think that they're beatable, and I think that the Chargers are good enough defensively to still compete in the playoffs.
Gotcha. So since you brought up the Eagles, that's who we're gonna move to next. So I want to talk about Jalen a little bit. So I seen an interview they did with AJ yesterday. John, you probably saw it too. Yeah, that's why you did the side. So yeah. AJ seemed a little bit frustrated. Said the Eagles need to work on their passing game. I think the reporter asked him, "Is it hard for you to get a rhythm if you guys are only throwing the ball 20 times a game?" He said, "What did he say? Damn near impossible."
He said yes. He said hell yeah.
Yeah. So how y'all feel about that?
So I'll just say we talked about this earlier. It is frustrating. The main point I'll make right now, because I wholeheartedly feel like this, I think Jalen is playing football a little bit scary because of the narrative and how he played last season. Like, I think he's not willing to make the play that's there before him because he's not believing in it, and I think it's hurting and impacting us. I can't really say hurting us because we're still winning games.
It's hurting
but
chemistry.
yes, just
Our
like
potential and where we could be.
exactly, and just like last year, it's going to come back to haunt us and bite us in the ass essentially come playoff time. And you see it on replays, you see it watching the game. Like, he do the same thing just when I'm watching, bro. I know when this ball is hiked and I watch you scramble that there's somebody open right there. I can't see it on the screen, but I know when they show the replay, it's gonna be somebody open.
Yeah.
John, to your point, before you go any further, I said exactly what you're talking about. Yesterday when I was watching that Eagles game, it was 2 plays where what's my man? AJ Green. He did a slant. AJ Brown. He did a slant and was wide open in the end zone. He hit the tight end. He hit
The tight end the first time, the backup tight end.
Devontae the first time?
No, the backup tight end.
Devontae was the second time for touchdown.
Yeah.
So it was the tight end the first time, the backup tight end the first time, and then Devontae the second time, and AJ was wide open in his mid twice.
It's frustrating, bro.
And he didn't throw him the pill. And I peeped it a lot watching them Eagles game. He holding that ball too long. He hesitating, like John said. He hesitating on getting that ball out of there, bro.
And before I guess I'll swing it, I sent it to Ian too. It say Jalen Hurts is the only quarterback in NFL history that has to apologize for throwing 2 touchdowns, rushing for another, no turnovers, and a win. That matters. Like, it matters how it looks, especially when you have expectations to go to a Super Bowl and win. That's not gonna fly when you get to the playoffs playing teams like Detroit or the Rams or the Vikings, whoever you think. So
I want to ask you this, John, before I let you go, E. So do you think it's because Saquon has been brought in, and you can kind of see that Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni are kind of getting on the same page? So do you think it's he putting a bug in his ear that, like, you don't got to go out there and always force it, because at the end of the day, we can just turn around, hand it to him, he's going to get us the first down or get us that big play we trying to chase?
no, I genuinely think he's just scared.
Gotcha.
Like, I think he's not believing in the play calls that are put there on the field because the plays are being designed for success and he's not doing it.
Gotcha.
And I think because sometimes, like, as a quarterback, you throw in anticipation. But when you throw in anticipation, you might anticipate that player coming open,
And he don't.
and it's a pick.
And he's scared to do that.
So I don't think it's because of Saquon. I think he's just scared to make those plays because of last season when he led the league in turnovers.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, I think that, and I'm not gonna say that he's scared. I just think that he overthinks. I think that he
I like
play
that
football.
better. I'm scared.
I think he played football similar to Russell Wilson or like a Carson Wentz, and I said this earlier as well. But Carson Wentz was always trying to extend the play. He wasn't big on turnovers though. He extend the play. If it's not there, he throw the ball out. He might take a sack, but I think that a lot of times Jalen right now is in a situation where like if you watch our football in the beginning of the season, like the Atlanta game, it was past that he was throwing. It was like, bro, what are you doing? He still was throwing the ball, but he was holding on to the ball. He overthinking. I think it's times where he, like, if you watch that video, the clip that you talking about, where he was saying AJ Brown was frustrated and stuff, Chase Daniels showed a clip where AJ run an out route over the top and he wide open.
And he came wide open.
Right, Jalen don't throw it right, but at the beginning of the season, we were saying Jalen holds the ball too long. So we saying he hold the ball too long. If he holding the ball long enough, then he make that throw over the top. This play, he threw the ball underneath too quick. So I think he just overthinking the game. I don't think that is going to haunt us. I think that it could come up detrimental at a point in time. But I think right now our team has enough firepower, and by firepower I mean Saquon, that for whoever we run into, we green. Because, okay, even if Jalen is holding on to the ball, you can't play, like, you still have to play us honest. It's still Jalen Hurts that's capable of throwing the ball 60 yards down the field. We still have 2 number 1 wide receivers, and we still got, so you can't say, okay, Jalen's holding the ball, we gonna send 8 of your guys because Saquon's still in the backfield. We still got 2 number 1 receivers. So, not to say I'm not concerned, I'm still frustrated because you still have to hold him accountable for quarterback play. He's a $250 million quarterback, but I don't think that is going to keep us from winning the Super Bowl.
Gotcha.
I don't have no more to add to that. They covered it.
We gonna be all right.
Oh, all right. So we gonna leave it at that. We appreciate everybody that tapped into it. We know we can't grow the channel without you guys. And we catch y'all in the next
everybody.
one.
Appreciate y'all fans.
Peace.
My man John was back in his job.
Shirt Dog was back.